August Cookie Nova. Our theme is football watch party theme since football season's right around the corner. So the recipes we're doing today is for either tailgating or for a watch party you do at home. And so we collected some of the favorite tailgating foods and we're going to make them, give them a little twist and make them a little bit healthier. So our first one is going to be a spinach artichoke dip. We have our ceramic bowl that we're going to put everything in. But first we're going to mix it up, and this is really easy. We're going to just mix the ingredients together. So we have our fat-free sour cream. So you want to look for the one that says fat-free on it. And whenever you read the food label, you want it next to the total fat to be 0. That's going to be the fat-free. Rochelle's going to pass the lid around to show everybody. And like always, we got all of our recipes from Firelight. all of our ingredients from Firelight. Then we're going to put in some ground black pepper. Pepper here. Seasonings are a great way, like herbs and different kinds of peppers and herbs are great to season foods without adding a lot of salt. Kaylee's being my assistant today. Kaylee is relatively new, 2 months in the Healthy Heart program. She's our administrative assistant / data coordinator. And I didn't introduce myself. I'm Tori Fuller. I am the Healthy Heart program director and also a registered dietitian here. And then we also have Rochelle, who's a registered dietitian for the diabetes program, and Megan, who is our nurse for the Healthy Heart program, that's helping us out today. So if you have any questions for us, let us know. Okay, so next we're going to do minced garlic. This is a huge jar. If you're not using a lot of garlic all the time, I wouldn't recommend it. It does last a long time. I would say that fresh garlic is going to have more nutrients in it. Whenever it's sitting in the jar, it's losing that nutrients into the liquid. So we use a lot of garlic very quickly, so that's why we got this. But I would recommend if you're using it not so often throughout your cooking, that you could use fresh garlic and it's going to have more nutrients in it. Thank you. So on the jar, since it's already mixed up, it says a half of a teaspoon equals 1 clove. And we're going to use 2 cloves here, so we're just going to use 2 teaspoons. Next is the artichoke hearts, and we already drained those. Or you can use fresh as well. Here's the artichoke hearts. And this is just the center of the artichoke, not the leaves, but the heart of it, the center of it.
They're drained and chopped.
Say that again?
They're chopped.
They're chopped too, okay. So they're chopped and drained, which Rochelle and Kaylee did that already earlier. And then we're going to put in the frozen, drained, and thawed spinach. So we just got a bag of frozen spinach that's already chopped up in the bag. And we thawed it out and then drained it a little bit because we don't want that extra water in there. And it's just fresh spinach that's been frozen. So since it's getting into the winter season, we're not going to have all of the harvest foods anymore. The frozen foods are going to be a better option whenever the produce isn't in season. So this is going to be a great option to have when you don't have that fresh spinach readily available. Next is going to be the cream cheeses. So for this recipe, we're doing a mixture of fat-free and 1/3 less fat. So you kind of get a mixture of both, a little bit of the creamier, but then you also get the fat-free. So it's going to reduce the fat a lot in this recipe. So I'm going to put those in there. And we also kind of thawed these out too, so it'd be easier to mix it, as well as the one for the jalapeno poppers. So we're going to put that in there. And the mozzarella cheese. Now we're just going to want to put part of the mozzarella cheese on because we're going to put the rest of it on top.
So you want to do the chunks and then
okay.
go into the chunks.
First, we have fresh and shredded. The fresh is going to be more like that stringy texture whenever you eat eat it. The shredded cheese like this isn't going to be as fresh as the fresh cheese. So we got a little bit of both. So I'm just mixing this together.
There's also spinach artichoke dip that's cold too that you can make if you want. I've made spinach artichoke dip in a crock pot with fresh spinach, so I put a little bit in, let it kind of wilt, and then put a little more in and let it wilt. So it's easy to do in the crock pot as well.
And for our trio of dips, we have multi-grain scoop chips that are right here that we're going to serve with all of our dips for you to try. So that's going to be a better option of the chips as well as the multi-grain.
Yeah, Tostitos makes it, and it's just like the scoops, and they're multi-grain though, and they sell it right next to all the other Tostitos, maybe on the bottom shelf though. So this would just be a better option than your regular Tostitos scoops or whatever it may be.
So it's all pretty much mixed in. I'm going to add the mozzarella.
I'll pass these around too so y'all can see. And the mozzarella is probably reduced fat too.
Yes, it is. It's part skin. And then Parmesan. On the mozzarella cheese, you want it to read the package, and it's going to say low moisture part skim right here, and that's going to be the lower fat cheese. Okay, so now we're just putting this mixture in the ceramic container, and then we're going to sprinkle on top with a little bit more mozzarella and Parmesan. So it's going to have a good crust on it. Okay, and now we're going to put this in the oven for about 30 minutes. Or until bubbly. Okay, next we're going to do the jalapeno poppers because they're going to take the next longest to cook. Do you guys do well with planning everything out so that it's all ready about the same time? That's something you kind of have to learn as you're cooking, right? To know what needs to go in first, what needs to go in second. So next we're going to do the jalapeno poppers, the turkey sausage stuffed jalapenos. This is one of Rochelle's favorite recipes that she likes to do for watch parties and stuff, gatherings, stuff like that. She put a tip at the bottom of the recipe that says that to make cleanup easier, you put the foil in the dish, and that's going to make it super easy. You just pull that out and throw it away, and your cleanup's cut in half. So this is ground turkey sausage. So just like regular turkey sausage or regular sausage, it's going to be the turkey instead of the beef, made with turkey or instead of beef or pork. So it's going to be a little bit leaner than normal, but it's still going to have that spicy sausage flavor to it. You could also use probably ground turkey and then just add a little bit of spices to it, and it would have that spicier flavor, which is really good for these jalapeno poppers. So we have jalapenos here. We have already washed them, cut them in half, cleaned out all the seeds, and cut off the tops. So this is what they look like now. And we're going to put these in the baking dish.
I do recommend you do that with gloves on.
Yes. Kaylee found out the hard way to wear gloves when you're doing this recipe because it burns for days after. So I'm wearing gloves. Okay, so we're going to first mix up the sausage and the cream cheese together, and then I'm going to spoon it into the jalapenos, and then we're going to layer it into these baking dishes. So this is the 1/3 less fat cream cheese, so it's still going to be a healthier version of the cream cheese, but it's still going to taste wonderful.
I think
And we let this soften as well so that it's easier to stir into the ground sausage. Turkey sausage.
So normally you would cook your turkey sausage just on the stove. When you're done cooking your turkey sausage, drain off the grease. And once you drain off the grease, your sausage is still warm. So if you'll put the softened cream cheese in it, you're going to have less of a hard time mixing it together than Tori's fixing to have right now. She'll struggle with it a little bit. And because we have it cold, because we cooked it ahead of time. So you do it right there on the stove. You can even leave the little burner on warm. That cream cheese just mixes together really well with it.
I don't think it's burning though. I think it's just because it's contained.
She might have to put that in the microwave or something.
What'd you say?
I'm concerned about how it's going to mix together.
Why? Because it's not warm?
Oh.
Well, let's find out. Yes.
What do you want?
Just taking a little bit of time. So we ground the turkey sausage and drained it before we put it in this container for mixing it up. Okay, so I'm going to say that's pretty good mixed, and we're going to just fill these jalapenos now. Stuff them in there. And then put it in the pan. Now, if you don't like spicy stuff, if the jalapenos lose a little bit of its spiciness whenever you cook it. But if you don't like it to be as spicy, you can use other kind of peppers, like sometimes poblano peppers are a little bit less spicy, or like a bell pepper instead too. And you're still going to get a similar flavor, it's just not going to be as spicy. This is a little messy, and the jalapenos have their juice that's kind of, that can burn your hands, so wearing gloves would probably be a great idea for this recipe. Unlike Kaylee. She's already burning her hands from earlier, so.
Can't get much worse.
So our queso and our mango salsa, since they're so simple, we did those ahead of time already. So we just put the queso in the crock pot and put all the ingredients in, the low sodium Rotel and the 2% cheese in the crock pot with, I think, some jalapenos and an onion. And we set that about an hour ago, and it is just about ready. It should be ready.
So we use the Velveeta that was made with 2% milk instead of the
Okay,
regular
and then
Velveeta,
we
which
can
is made with
reuse
whole
that
milk.
one if we wanted to
That
roast
reduces
that.
your fat in half. So you want to pass that around. And then the Rotel is the no salt added Rotel. And
Yeah, we turned on the fan, so it should be okay.
it's right next to all the
It's
other
just
diced
the
tomatoes
grill.
in the grocery store. You just want to
The
look for the
grill.
no salt added, or it might say reduced sodium or something like that. And then I don't know if you guys ever seen these pretty cool things that you can put in your crock pot. These little plastic. Yeah, they're a lifesaver. She has it in the crock pot right now, and instead of scrubbing on your crock pot, you literally just throw it away. Kind of like with the jalapenos, we're just gonna throw away that oil. We'll have to, rinse out the pan, but that's it. She's fixing to start on the kebabs. I'll go ahead and pass this around. This is the pineapple that we put
You
on the
have the
kebabs.
marinade thingy?
It's canned in 100% fruit
You
juice
have it?
instead of canned in heavy syrup. So that would be your better option than the canned in heavy syrup, okay? So I'll let that move around too.
Okay, so next is the kebabs. We did beef and shrimp kebabs. You could do chicken kebabs, you could just do shrimp, you could just do beef, but we wanted to show the shrimp. It's on the Healthy Heart Nutrition vouchers, and a lot of people don't know different ways that you can use shrimp. So this is one of the ways. So we have our kebabs, and it has the beef and the shrimp on it. It also has pineapple, different colors of bell peppers, and onions. And you can put this together however you want. We have metal skewers, and then we also have these wooden ones that we just got at the dollar store that are really cheap, and you can get a big bag of them with a whole bunch in it. This is a good thing that you can have the kids help with. Have everything cut up, and then just have them put them on, as long as they're not sword fighting with the skewers. But that could be something that the kids can help with. And so we put the skewers together ahead of time, and then we also did the marinade. The marinade is the juice from the pineapples, lime juice, lime peel, olive oil, salt, red pepper flakes just for a little kick, and then the garlic, the minced garlic. So we made that marinade, and then we put the skewers in it. Now, you don't want, if you're doing the shrimp kebabs, you don't want to put the marinade on for too long, because that marinade, the acid in the marinade can break down the shrimp because it's so tender. So you want to only put it in the marinade for like what it says, just a little bit, for a couple minutes. You don't want to do it like overnight, like a lot of marinades. So we're going to go ahead and put these on the grill. You can use an outside grill. You can use, you can also boil, like the shrimp. You can put them in a big pot of of water, and boil them. Don't put it in oil, that would be frying it. Let's not do that. And for like shrimp and fruit and veggies, whenever you put it on the grill, putting some foil down first is going to help it from falling down in the cracks of a grill. So that's a good idea too, and that's what we're doing here today on our grill. That's why it's so smoky. It's like just to give you the effect of we're grilling outside, right? So you're going to want to flip these also whenever you have them on the grill. And you're also going to want to marinate them. Brush some marinade on it while it's cooking. So Kaylee's turning them. They're starting to get a little bit of a charcoal on them. So some of these are beef and shrimp. Some are only shrimp and some of are only beef. Yes.
What kind of beef are you using?
This is a sirloin. Yep. So it's going to be a lean beef. Whenever you're cooking fish, you just want it to turn pink a little bit, like the shrimp. You just want it to turn pink a little bit, and then that's going to be done. It doesn't take very long. You don't want to overcook it or it'll get rubbery. You can just grab some of this marinade and brush it on. You want to make sure you do this before it's completely cooked so you don't get cross-contamination. So these are still in the process of cooking. That's another thing. If you have leftover veggies or meat or anything from these kebabs, you don't want to use it again unless you're going to cook it because it could be cross-contaminated with the meat and things like that. Keeping them in the fridge before you grill them is also going to be important so that it stays cool, stays out of that danger zone of bacteria growth. So the artichoke dip is all bubbly and just golden brown on the top, so we're going to take it out of the oven. And the jalapeno peppers are almost done. Can you move that one to the top? They're starting to get brown. They're almost there. The queso's done and the mango sauce is already done. Megan, Rochelle, if you would start plating. The mango salsa was made by putting all the ingredients into a food processor and blending it up, except for the mango. Yep.
Has anybody ever cut up a mango before? Yeah. So it's a little bit different, and I didn't think about it till after, but I probably should have showed you how to do it. You just take a whole mango, you cut the sides off. It has a really funny core. I don't know what it is. And then you take the mango side and you make lines down it, and then you'll make lines across it, and then you'll pop it out. And then when you pop it out, you'll take a knife and you'll like cut all of those out. So if you've never done it before, YouTube or Google, great way to learn how to do it. And I really should have saved one, but I forgot. But I chopped the mango that way, and I also hand chopped the red bell pepper because I didn't want it to be all like runny and stuff. I kind of wanted it to have a little volume. Then we put in the food processor. We put the cilantro and the jalapeno, got it really fine, and then we mixed it all together with the lemon and the lime juice. Oh, and we hand chopped the green onion too. So that's up to you guys. If you decide you want to put it all in the food processor, it'll probably taste the same. It may not look the same, but it'll probably taste the same.
So the mango salsa is good as just like a dip, like you can just eat it like regular salsa. It's also really good on fish, like tilapia or cod, or on chicken. So that's other things you can. So it's time to sprinkle mozzarella cheese on the jalapeno peppers. So I'm going to pull them out of the oven just for a second and put the mozzarella cheese on it just till it's brown, and then put it back in the oven till it's melted. Okay. Michelle's the pro of these. I just like to eat them. So we're going to take our Park skin cheese and we're going to sprinkle it on top. This is some mozzarella cheese.